Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB plus 3. Those spells are homebrew spells. We're at plus 2 at the moment. You can back a playlist to find them, and today's spell is Resurrection.
Move! No!
7th level Necromancy, casting time of 1 hour, range of touch, components verbal somatic material, a diamond worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Duration, instantaneous. You touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century, that didn't die of old age, and that isn't undead. If its soul is free and willing, the target returns to life with all its hit points. The spell neutralizes any poisons and cures normal diseases afflicting the creature when it died. It doesn't, however, remove magical diseases, curses, and the like. If such effects aren't removed prior to casting the spell, they afflict the target on its return to life. The spell closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls and saving throws and ability checks. Every time the target finishes a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears. Casting the spell to restore life to a creature that has been dead for 1 year or longer taxes you greatly. Until you finish a long rest, you can't cast the spell again and have disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Interesting. I don't think we've had a caster tax in any of these yet. So, another resurrection spell. This one actually just resurrection, flat out. To begin with, this is just an upgraded raised dead. Well, yeah, that might not be giving it too much credit by just calling it that. Its base mechanics are raised dead with some extra perks. First off, 7th level, so it's a higher level, but no 10-day limit. In fact, it's everything up to a century. Creature can't have died of old age, though. One thing of note, when we're about to talk about the old age feature of it, is really when a lot of people brought this up in the reincarnate video, is you can bring people back who had died of old age with reincarnate, namely because it makes new body. That's because it's not strictly stated in the clause. It's not stated in the clause of raised dead either, but raised dead doesn't fix the body. So if a creature died of old age, the body's just going to immediately give out, or just not work in the first place. Whereas reincarnate makes a new body, resurrection also makes a new body, which is why it has to have the clause, if they died of old age, doesn't work. But when it comes back with all its hit points. It still takes an hour to cast, but all its hit points? Dragging a corpse away from a combat and you know you gotta get to a second one, casting this, it might be worth it. Even if it's not just someone who's really old that's died, or they've lost a lot of body parts, just to also bring them back and then also pump their entire health pool back in. Though it's not all rosy, it does still have the, -4, but at least it gives the health back and not just to 1 hit point like raised dead. On top of other things, it repairs your body. Anything lost. It doesn't get rid of magical diseases still, but it also cures you like raised dead did against mortal things, but this one also stitches you back up, even to the point of missing limbs. And theoretically not having a body in the first place. It just makes it all back. You don't even need a piece of it, so if disintegrate hits something, you're all good. Well, not all good, something was just disintegrated, but 1,000 gold piece diamond though. See, this is what I meant. Reincarnate has the same priced material component. Not the same component, but same price. For a much lower level than the gamble of effects, but 1,000 gold pieces though. That's gonna hit the bank. That's gonna hit the bank a bit. Then to its last mechanic, attacks on the caster. It's quite the feat coming back from the dead. It's also quite the feat bringing someone who's been dead for a long time back. This is really nasty. Once you pull that off, you can't cast spells. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks until your next long rest. Base 5e, that's till the end of the day. If you're doing this in the middle of a combat, that's what's stopping you from doing this right at the end of a combat. However, if you're playing in gritty realism, ouch! That's a caster gone. It's a caster gone. That just hurts. The ability saving throws on top of that as well. Man, you must be really exhausted. While it is just a debuff against the spell, I think that's cool. Just world building thematic wise, the lengths of bringing back the long dead. I think it's neat. I just think it's really cool that there's actually backlash for a great arcane feat instead of just you lost a high level spell slot. But speaking of that, what this can be used for. I know a little thing from my setting at least. There's a group of zealot barbarians that are all just buried and entombed and after battle ritualistically killed again if they survived. And every few decades or so, or hundreds of years, some of those champions are brought back with this because Zealot Barbarians at a certain level ignore material components for resurrection spells. Which includes resurrection. It doesn't care when you died. Well, it does, but you know what I mean. A very strange stasis storage. Ooh, if this is readily available and you're in a really high magic setting, almost these, what are those oh man, I'm gonna be kicking myself when I'm editing this. Those historic pods, you know, the ones in the ground that have like the lid on them to say not open these until this date. Is it a time capsule? Huh. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there. I'm just saying, huh, in the hopes that I was right. But your tombs are a time capsule that bring me back at this date. Here's my expiration date. This is when the 100 years are about to run out. Bring me back. Let's see how it is. I can tell you things from long ago. And the great thing is, if they die again, that ritualistic killing with those barbarians, they didn't die of old age still. Another 100 years that can be brought back. Yeah, they can't do anything with that time if they immediately go back to death or wherever that domain is. But, you know, periodically get someone back. Ancient hero, ancient king, advisor, another grand spellcaster, cleric, paladin, great warrior. This is good. It's a lot of the issues that Raised Dead had that are removed and there's stuff added with one other downside. Ooh, though that's other big thing, since this also mentions the undead clause that I can't target that. Resurrection can affect, not resurrection, reincarnate can affect undead. I know this isn't the reincarnate video, but you can go back there and hit that. Also, reincarnate ignores old age, so that can also continuously go. I'm just amending for missing that, apparently. After reading this spell, I get it now, and after reading after those comments, I also get that. But yeah, there's that video. I think, actually, no, it's gone. Yeah, the notification went away. Another notification as well. 8 out of 10! Namely because of the disintegration, or you don't need the body, it heals everything. Also actually heals your health, not just the physicalities of it. Issue is, it also nerfs the caster for only a day, depending. But it is an expensive material component and a spell slot. I think 8 out of 10 kind of suits it. Suits it.